Doujon was fun, loved family, loved life. He was a graphic artist and so artsy and just, loving life at 20 years old. As a child, he was beautiful, just so beautiful. I had a beautiful relationship with Douj.
A very curious person, a very fun-loving person, a person who did not back down from a party, loved to enjoy himself.
He was the oldest of the three boys and looked after his brothers dearly.
Real mummy's boy, loved his mum. He was very family orientated.
Yeah, he was really family orientated and just loved life. He was, saved up for his European vacation, and then I think I got another email after that and another phone call, and he did actually change his date because he wanted to be back for my birthday on the 4th of August. And then at the end of July we got that phone call that no parent wants. Yeah. We didn't know at that stage how bad anything was, and all we knew was that the boys had been attacked.
Doujon was brain dead, then clinically dead. Doesn't matter what people call life support, if the brain doesn't operate, there's no life. So once those tests were determined that there was no brain activity, the doctor, whose name was Crikellis, pulled me into her office and she started telling me about a story about her son and how he had passed away a few years prior and that she donated his eyes. And just then I knew she was going to say to me, you know, organs and Doujon's an organ donor. I knew where she was coming from. And I rang Rose up, which is a really hard thing to say when your son's, when your son's just passed away. So I said to Rose, look Rose, you know Doujon's an organ donor? I said, the doctor's here is reminding us, but it's up to you. And she said, no. She said, just bring him back whole. She said, I don't want to do it. I said, that's fine. I said, but I'll respect that. I said, but will you regret it? And she said, you're right. She said, we'll do the donation. And we managed to get through it. That's how we got to that point. I actually walked out of the hospital with my brother and Doujon's uncles there. They were there and they said, oh, what's happened? And I said, oh, we just donated Doujon's organs. And they said, oh, really? Did they force you? And I said, no. They said, because you look really relaxed. I said, we are. I said, because we knew that was Doujon's wishes.